Imagine there's some kind of a dragon. Imagine if you were a dragon and you wanted to hoard some wealth. This is simple. Let's say you knew that you could hoard the wealth if you could eat the least amount of people in the richest area. Let's say you only need to eat 16 people as a dragon, and you will have a hold of gold, and they will always come to you from that day to see your gold, and then you will always eat. It's very simple. That's how dragons see, right? He knows you want the shiny. You're gonna come right to it. The shiny is the only thing he has to have, and he will be able to eat forever, like a Vendomatic. Dragon isn't that stupid, right? Dragon's smart. Okay, imagine you are a dragon. Why? I'm gonna put this on overall knowledge, knowing how things work, being able to control things, making sure everything runs like clockwork. Let's say there were 16 kings and they all went to a meeting somewhere. Okay? If you could get rid of these 16 kings, you could be a dragon forever, right? This is basic. I know this is kind of a crazy thing. So, but when you eat them, when the dragon eats these 16 kings, even if they're away from their thrones and the gold, he has destroyed all of the wealth of knowledge. So now everyone underneath him has none of their secrets. You understand? They have forgotten what they never knew. Because the most advanced members of their society that knew the most about the entire working of everything were taken out in one fell swoop by one smart dragon. Right? Isn't that weird? Look how, I know, it's weird, ain't it? Okay, so, if you would imagine that now there is a dragon that has a horde of gold, and he just eats people that come in the door. If it actually looked like that, people would see it, but it doesn't look like that. You understand? That's not where the door is. You understand? A dragon doesn't have doors anymore. It burned them all off. You understand? That's kind of what the problem is. There's an invisible dragon. Well, how did the dragon get in there? Did they build a citadel around a dragon? Right? That's the basic concept we're talking about. If they built a citadel around a dragon, it looks like a regular church, it looks like a regular school or whatever, and it eats people. Right? It makes perfect sense. So what the problem is where the invisible dragon. If you know where the invisible dragon is, you're either working for it because they have a scheme worked out. They just got to get you to walk in this room, the invisible dragon eats you, and you keep all of their gold or whatever. Right? You're an usher now. You understand? The dragon is good for you. It gets rid of everyone you don't want, so you can run your society exactly like you want. And now, there is the new king that won't be eaten by the dragon, because he's smart. I mean, the dragon might eat him at any moment, right? But all of the knowledge of the old kings is gone. So now there's only an infidel that feeds the dragon. I know this is a very strange talk, but I think that might be what we're looking at. Somebody's secret dragon. And you walk into the garden, you brush up against a plant, and you die. That's all they have to do. It could be that simple. That's what people don't seem to understand. It can be that simple. And at the end of the day, after all the Cold Wars, all the war era things, how could someone not have developed something like that? That's a worry. It's a real worry. That's why you don't go chasing waterfalls. That's why you don't lust after gold. That's why you don't chase after strange women. That's why you don't go down dark alleys alone by yourself, etc., etc., etc. But you already knew that, because you know there's an invisible dragon. But how do you know there's an invisible dragon? Because you already know these things, but you don't know where the invisible dragon is. Why is that? How could someone possibly not know where the invisible dragon is, even though they've built their lives around it? It has to be there. It has to be right in front of them. So how come nobody can see it? That's basically what it comes down to. So, does anyone have a cue for the invisible dragon